There are two examples to show how filter works. So the first example shown here, a simpler example, continuing with our exploration thread. So now I want to know if there's any property that has been used in this data set that has the word date in it. So select distinct property, we all know that. Where clause has, anything, property relates to anything. We don't care about what things it relates. We only care about what properties has been used in this data set. And now here comes the filter. So remember, filter takes in its parentheses some conditions that's going to return true or false. Here I used a SPARQL string function called contains. Basically, this function is going to tell whether the first string contains the second string. If it does, it will return true. If it doesn't, it will return false. So let's run this. It takes a while because we're basically querying the entire data set, and this is a very general data set. So basically, the system will have to read through all the some 10,000, 20,000 statements to find those, but luckily it returned. So there are a couple of things has dates in it. So the movie actually have initial release date. Okay, so I'm going to now I'm going to query using the initial date. Just get closer to the example provided in the book. For that, I created another query, which is shown in this box here. So here we have two prefixes. I'm trying to just copy what the book has. Obviously, we don't have a person's death date, but we do actually have movies' initial release date. So from the previous result, we should be able to get the prefix, right? So anything that's before initial release dates can be our prefix. So I put it here. And then in the example, we used a date. We want to say that any movie has a release date, and that date is earlier than 1999. 1990. We want those. So I select movie and date. My filter is date has to be earlier than this date. So this is basically a string. By attaching this to it, it tells the system that interpret this string as XML date data type. XSD, it's not new to you. This is XML schema's prefix. This prefix, just like RDF and RDFS prefix, it has a standard URL that you can just Google. And I did Google. So I put this prefix here. So now we'll be able to run this query and see what results we get. No result. Interesting. Why? So I'm suspicious of the result. So I wanted to explore more. I comment out this line and just return all the movie and dates and see what do I get. And this tells me by looking at the date column, I can see that those date are quoted in string. Those are not XSD data type. It's actually simple string type. So I'll modify my query to make it match simple strings. I'll do this and run the query again. So this time I got the correct result. So all the examples returned the movie released before 1990. Okay, those are the two examples to show you how to use filter. You can use any of the question words that you used as your condition, or you could also use functions provided in SPARQL. In terms of functions, the easiest way is just Google SPARQL functions. You can find a variety of functions that you could use.